Okay, so if I ever say transporter in this review, I apologize right now. I fear I'm going to say that every time I mention the title of this movie. So welcome to my review of a movie I thought would never ever exist. This movie is T2, Trains Spotting. Trainspotting. Why can't I get that? My brain wants to say transporter for some reason. Okay, Trainspotting, of course, we all know, is a great classic film from the 90s, 1996, directed by Danny Boyle, in my opinion, one of the best living directors today. Of course, he won Oscars, and I pretty much love almost every one of the films that he's made. But never in my wildest dream would there ever be a sequel to Trainspotting. Last night, in preparation of seeing the movie finally today, it's been out for, I think, a few weeks, but in preparation to see the movie today, last night I did watch the original film again. Man, this movie just holds up so well, and I love the ending. I just love the ending so much. I even have the soundtrack, so I was listening to the soundtrack, watched the movie, getting excited, building up so much anticipation and excitement for this movie that, honestly, I don't feel really needs to exist. But now it does. Danny Boyle, who's never made a sequel, produced a sequel, but never actually directed a sequel, directs this film. It takes place 20 years after the fact, even though it's been almost 21 years since Trainspotting came out, at least in the States, and was a big hit, both mainstream and underground, and I think people just all around pretty much love it, critics, fans, and everything. But I don't think anybody imagined that they really ever wanted a sequel, and I felt like after watching Trainspotting yesterday, I was thinking, like, now that there's a sequel, I can understand watching this film going, it's a perfect ending. We don't need a sequel. But then also being curious, like, I want to see where it goes. I want to see where these characters progress. I want to see where they go in life 20 years into the future. So, yes, okay, of course, everybody that was in the original film for the most part who survived, not going to spoil anything, but whoever survived in the original film made it to this movie. So, you know, a group of people that make films, you know, I think I can understand them wanting to they made something so popular, wanting to get back together, and it'd be a wonderful reunion for the cast and crew. But not all the time is it a great reunion for the audience who loved them. So again, I had some hesitation about this movie, and I had some excitement about seeing this film because I felt like this is Danny Boyle. He's a fabulous director, and I trust him. I don't expect perfection. I mean, I would say Trainspotting is a near-perfect film, but I wasn't expecting perfection with this brand new film. I was just expecting something interesting. And what we got? Well, of course, as I said before, Ewan McGregor, Ewan Bremner, Johnny Lee Miller, and Robert Carlyle, who played the four main leads in this film, do return. And we also get to see Kelly MacDonald and some other people in the film as well. So, excitement, so anticipation. I'm now at 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and now I'm finally going to tell you what I thought of this movie. Surprisingly, pretty incredible. I do feel that there is more style, and you can expect a lot of style from a Danny Boyle movie, but you expect a lot of substance to match all that style. And I would tell you, the style is here at this film. It's exciting with a great soundtrack that you expect from a Danny Boyle movie, great visuals, great camera work, just, you know, great cinematography, all this stuff you expect. And also you expect the substance to really match that. Maybe exceed it. In a lot of his films, they did exceed it, but for the most part, it does match it. Maybe not perfectly, but with this new one, I have to say, the style, of course, is right here, and the substance is almost matching it. It doesn't match it perfectly in my eyes, but the film is never boring. It's extremely exciting. Even when it kind of gets conventional from time to time, as the story goes along, a little predictable, you still are interested because surprisingly something hits you, some deep moment that the characters are going through, some idea that they address in this movie as they're dealing with life and how they've dealt with the past. So this movie not only is looking towards the future of these characters, but also dealing with the past, and it helps again with your audience, and you hear a little bit of music coming from here, or you see an image going from there and from the past, and you're like, oh, nostalgia. So nostalgia is working for this movie as well. But I like most of the moments that I really love is when the characters kind of step back from all the style and all the predictability of the plot and just give us some amazing character development, some deep revelations surrounding these characters that both tie into both films. And I'm really glad that I watched the original film just yesterday. I think it really helped my experience. I don't know if someone will enjoy this. They might enjoy this film on a visual level if they've never seen the original film. But I think it's important that you watch, if you're going to see this film, you haven't seen it yet. If you haven't seen T2 yet, not Terminator, if you haven't seen T2 yet, then I recommend sit back, put in your Blu-ray or DVD of Trainspotting, and watch the original film from '96. In those last few moments of the movie, I don't know, it meant more to me. It meant more to me in the characters because those last few minutes of the movie really are what this film is all dealing with. All these characters are dealing with the last few minutes of this movie. And the film does hint upon many things from the last film as well, but mainly the last few moments of that incredible film. I love the way the film ends. I enjoyed the way the film ended this movie as well, and I think it helped to the cast having really great dialogue. For the most part, I think the starring cast is pretty great. There's this character that deals with Johnny Lee Miller's character of Sick Boy, and I can't remember where she's from, but I thought she was okay. I wasn't really blown away by this unknown character, this new character to the film. I thought she was fine. She wasn't too annoying, but she was fine. But I think Ewan McGregor and Ian Bremner and Johnny Lee Miller, they're great in the movie. But every time he is in this film, he steals the film, and that would be Robert Carlyle, who was a great character in the original. I have to feel like Robert Carlyle had a supporting cast. He was definitely in the smaller supporting cast. And now I think everybody up here gets a chance to really develop in this movie. But I think Robert Carlyle, even though his character is so despicable and awful, I felt like he had somewhat of an arc. Not a perfect arc, but these characters are not perfect. And that's what makes them so interesting, is that they're so flawed and difficult to fall in love with, but you like them. And I think the writing is really great. And I do appreciate that not only did the cast come back, but the writers are here, the director is here, some of the producers are here. And so the people that do love and understand this thing and understand the fan base and understand the importance, if they're going to make a sequel, make it at least good and watchable and enjoyable for the audience. Some people may not think this movie is great, but they may still enjoy it and say, oh, it's a good little follow-up to the original film. For me, I have to say it's just a little bit better than that. Thanks to the visuals, some really great character moments. I love that this is not a happy-go-lucky reunion for these people, that they go through some major interesting things that are surprising, shocking, that were intense. I was laughing one minute, going to about cry the next, and jumping out of my seat just here and there. I appreciate that this is not a happy-go-lucky kind of reunion kind of movie. And it does feel important enough to warrant that it was actually made. So, yes, do I feel like it does need to exist? Not really, but now that it does, I'm glad it exists. I don't know if 20 years from now would I want to see another film. I think that I don't know if they can tell much more about these characters. Maybe they can. Maybe they can figure out another way. I know there's other books written by the original author of this story. But for me, I thought it was a great, not so perfect, wonderful return to the Trainspotting world. And I love being back. I love Danny Boyle. I think he's one of the best visually and emotionally filmmakers out there that can bring you in with both aspects, both style and substance. I really do. I'm spitting all over the place. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited. It was just actually quite good, quite great. And it was entertaining, and it was fun, and it was enjoyable. And it made me think all at the same time. So I look forward to watching these movies side by side in the future. Don't know if I want a third film, but I just love to see the next film from Danny Boyle and anybody. I hope they get together somehow and make something else. So this is a great film. Not a perfect film, but definitely something worth checking out, especially if you're a fan of Trainspotting and you're worried. If you're worried about it, I can totally understand. If you don't even like it, I can totally understand. But for me, I thought it was really enjoyable. and something that I'm glad that I got to experience today. And just round it all out. Get to enjoy a big full day of Trainspotting, both 1 and T2. And for that, I am going to give this film, the brand new one, T2 Trainspotting, I am going to give the film 3.5 stars out of 4.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And also, please check out these amazing movie websites. And if you enjoyed this review, please click here to subscribe to my channel, and also please check out all my recent reviews right here on YouTube. Have a great day, live film, find peace, happiness, and harmony in anything and everything you do, and I'll talk to you at my next movie review.